We're too large to be a town.
Yeah.
We're too small to be a city.
Right.
Oh no.
No.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
I woke up early this morning.
Dun, dun,
And I heard the strangest thing.
dun, 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 dun,
My baby, my sweet baby was crying in her sleep.
dun, dun,
Crying and calling another man's name.
dun, dun, dun,
It
dun.
hurt me so bad, I felt like I would die. When I heard my baby cry, she said, Joey, my sweet love, please, Joey, please be good to me. I tried to think of an explanation. I even got out the bed. I wanted to wake my baby and ask her if she knew what she said. She just kept on crying, crying and calling another man's name. She might as well have shot me in the head, but all those words killed me just as dead. She said, Joey, my sweet love, please, Joey, please be good to me.
Good job, man.
Excellent. Oh, so good.
That's right.
No, I did. Wait, no.
All right, go on, lever.
Hey, well, we gotta go.
We gotta go.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, it was great to meet you guys.
That library is straight up your street.
All right. Thank you so much. That was great.
Yeah,
Have a great day, guys. All right.
All right, guys.
Have a good day.
All right.
I now
Bye.
I'm sitting in the house now, drinking my beer, see me on TV, gonna fall out that chair. All right.
Construction began in 1900. She gave it as a gift to the Yazoo Library Association, which incidentally dates back to 1838 and is the second oldest library association in Mississippi. Fort Gibson had the first. The building was designed by a New York architect named Alfred Zucker, who also had offices in Vicksburg. And the construction and all was, every detail was overseen by Fannie.
Okay.
She specified that they could spend at least $20,000, which in today's term would be, millions of dollars actually. And it was her idea for all the round parts to have been the circular shapes and that sort of thing. And actually, if you go in one of the front rooms in there, there's a museum collection, and the history of the library is kind of told in some of those exhibits. This part of the building was added in 1970 and 1976. And then we had a conference building back on the back that was added around the year 2000. Upstairs, when you go up there are two rooms up on the second floor of the old building. One's a law library, the other is just a kind of a meeting room area. Everything about the building is just amazing. I've been here 38 years myself, and so anyway.
Yeah, this is we've been seeing a lot of libraries in Mississippi and Louisiana, and this is one of the most impressive one we've seen so far.
As far as the architecture goes, Yazoo County doesn't have anything else that compares hardly. Her husband, Benjamin Ricks. There he is. Oh, yeah. He was a planner and first president of the Bank of Yazoo City and some other things. And the rest of this is just about.
And then I saw you in the back?
Yeah,
You're in
there's
the
a
back?
picture of me.
Right.
just because I kind of set up these two rooms here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow,
So,
great. Okay, thank you.
all right.
We have a whole collection of ancient
eventually all our genealogy collection will be back here. This over here is what I'm referring to as archives. These books and other records came from the county courthouse, and they date back to the 1820s in some respect. So it's all the old court records, any kind of documents that would have been at the courthouse at the time. And for right now, it's still in kind of disarray. It's going to take years probably to get it organized, but it was in the basement. Nobody could access it. Hopefully, once we get it set up over here, people will be able to come here and, you know, dig through these things and find stuff.
Right, yeah. There's so much history to learn.
All of this, everything you see just piled up came either from the courthouse or from an old school out in the county where they had stored things for years, and everything was ruining. You can see the condition of some of the books is pretty bad. And then not long ago, one of the lawyers here in town donated their map collections. All this stuff you see here is old maps.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
and,
great.
Again, it's still organization to be done to it.
Yeah.
In history, actually. But, old Google pipes are falling out. Our cooling system froze up on us.
Whoa.
And we had all these people meeting here. But this building was given to the library by Mississippi Chemical Corporation, which is what you see in these pictures. Now, since then it's became Terra, and it's now owned by another company, and I can't even think of what their name is. Some initials. But it's out on the highway out here on Highway 49 East. But Mississippi Chemical was, you know, the leading industry in this city or county for 50 years until they were sold off to somebody else. But how much you know about Yazoo County? But
I know the Delta is generally considered pretty poor.
There's a lot of poverty. There's a lot of illiteracy. But and you see the heat in here. That's what I'm talking about. We have a problem with the cooling, but the electrician's on his way.
Yeah.
So we just had a big meeting of FEMA, the Federal Emergency people, and also Mississippi Emergency people, dealing with the flood. You know.
Has FEMA helped?
Yeah.
Yeah, they've been good.
Oh yeah, my goodness. This whole Delta flooded just recently.
I know.
And Yazoo City just did miss it because we have levees along the Yazoo River.
You guys are up a little bit more.
Very first oil field in Mississippi was at Tinsley, which is just south of here, maybe 10 miles infield. And it's still an operating oil field. It's not like it was back in its heyday. But oil was discovered in Mississippi in 1939. You want me to get back over there?
Well, it'd be nice. I always like to have people in my pictures.
Well, I know.
But I don't want to
I thought you finished, though. I honestly did.
Well, you know, I was so excited about everything I've seen around here. It almost doesn't matter the sequence of when I take the pictures. They're just, okay, here we go.
Okay.
At the count of 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2.
There was a witch here around the turn of the century, and when she was tracked down and killed, actually, she put a curse on the city, saying she would come back on, and she gave a specific date, May 25th, 1904, and burn the city down. So the townsfolk buried her here in Glenwood Cemetery with big chains around the grave. And the day after the fire, which did indeed burn everything from here down, this building was spared, but the house next door wasn't, and everything on the other side of the street was not. All of that burned from here all the way down 9th Street. The next day after the fire, the citizens went out to the cemetery, and the chains had been broken. So she had gotten out and
Better mischief.
yes.
And then she went back.
So since then, we've had celebrations around here, you know, not so much honoring the witch, but this lady plays the witch at times and dresses up and does the witch story. As I said, the library itself goes back to 1838.
Wow.
We didn't get a permanent building until this building. The library moved around through various places in Yazoo City.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's all here. I mean, your library is so rich.
And pretty much unchanged. The only actual changes are these two doorways were originally windows.
Okay.
When they did the addition, we had to have access, you know, so they made doors out of them instead. But whatever else you see here is pretty much the way it was when it was built. Yeah.
Generally, libraries are very positive places, and people really, you know, it's a place of history, it's a place of memory, it's a place of identity. I mean, this is what partly defines.
Well, we're trying to
this
move with
community.
the times too now.
Yeah,
you know.
well, exactly. You have to.
But we
that's
want
what-
to save and you know keep this part of it too. Oh, this is our lady witch. If you'd like to speak to her.
Hi.
Hello.
Have you ever, first time you ever had a chance to shake hands with the witch?
I think it is.
Yes,
I think
it is.
it is.
I can become the witch. They gonna think I'm crazy. Is it all right?
That's great.
And I conducted tours in the cemetery. And the most interesting thing is that my family buried the man that's buried there. He was a member of the Oddfellows. And me being a historian, I finally told the truth. There was no witch.
I don't know if that awning ever existed or not.
There was really no witch. It was a legend. It's a legend. But it makes a good tale. You know?
Early photographs.
And Willie, you know, Willie always, as a writer of fiction, he always mixed
Until 10 years
the
ago,
truth with a few lies. You know, makes a good story.
Of course, yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
Years ago.
It's called author's license.
Right, exactly, yeah.
Author's license. We have a lot of history here.
Yeah.
John knows it all.
I don't know.
John and I are members of the Historical Society.
Okay, that's why, yeah, all right.
Yazoo City from
Yeah, it's a fascinating town. I really like this area.
You do?
Yeah, it's really
He
interesting.
really likes the area.
Yeah, it's great. The culture, you know, the people.
Oh, John, you must hear this. He likes the area.
I
That
do,
makes
yeah.
my day.
I do. I know. This is really
Makes
great.
my day.
Yeah.
What is all that on top of the?
We're following the witch of Yazoo City. We asked her for directions, and she all of a sudden just got in her car, and now we're speeding down the road to keep up with her. After the witch of Yazoo City drove out of the parking lot, she drove us to her favorite restaurant called Scrubs, and she introduced us to the manager, the local priest, her son, and yeah, we had a great dinner, or a great lunch with her. And then after lunch, she took us to the Yazoo Herald newspaper, and the people from the newspaper knew her, of course, and they took our picture and they wrote down our story about traveling across the country. So we made it in. We haven't actually checked the website yet, but it sounds like we were in the newspaper. All in all, Yazoo City was probably the best experience we've had on the trip so far. It was just great. Meeting the guys singing the blues near the railroad tracks, meeting John, the librarian, meeting the witch of Yazoo City. It was just great. We got so much knowledge and really met some really nice people.